Hey everyone, John Pell here. Welcome to the Hello World Destroyer Edition. There are a lot of great builds and guides out there, but here's my humble offering to Bonktopia. Okay. Atropine! Oh, yes! For skills, we're running Heavy Crush with the tripod's Quick Hit, Armor Destruction, and Aftershock level 5. For Power Strike, we're running Agile Movement, level 5 with Armor Destruction level 1. For Power Shoulder, we're running Toughen Body level 5, Objective Complete level 5, and Hammer Down level 5. Endure Pain, we're running Guaranteed Core, and then we have something we can swap here. You can run Taunt or Anti-Gravity level 5. And Anti-Gravity is like a damage reduction. For the most part, I would just say run Taunt unless you are in an encounter where you can't taunt at all, and then you swap to the other one. Healthy Mentality level 5 for the last tripod. Earth Eater, we can run Enhanced Strike level 5. Tenacity and Earth and Rage level 5. Full Swing, we're running Quick Prep level 5, Scary Hammer level 5, Beast's Eye level 5. For Perfect Swing, we're running Weak Point Detection level 5, Absolute Strength level 5, and Intemperance level 5. Seismic Hammer, we're running Enhanced Strike level 5, Absolute Strength level 5, and Starving Strength level 5. For our stat breakdown on our accessories, we're running Crit Spec on the neck. We have Crit on the first ear, Swift on the second, and then Crit on both rings. And then the bracelet needs to be Crit plus Spec. If for some reason you get a really good Crit Swift bracelet, you can swap that around a little bit, and you run Crit Spec on the neck, Crit on both ears, Swift on ring 1, and Crit on ring 2. And this will equal about the same stat distribution. And here is my Destroyer. So we are running 1400 Crit, 600 Spec, 300 Swiftness. For engravings, I have Grudge level 3, Supercharge 3, Rage Hammer 3, Cursed Doll 3, Master Brawler 3, and Barricade 2. Obviously I have a 9-7, so your build will most likely not look like this, and you'll be running Barricade 3 with either Ether Predator 1, Adrenaline 1, Cursed Doll 1, Barricade 1, depending if you have Cursed Doll 3 up there, or Gravity Training 1. A lot of that is preference. A lot of people would suggest adrenaline, but I find it hard to keep up the adrenaline stacks. But with working in this little bit of Swift I have in my build, it'll help you out a little bit to keeping that up. Ether Predator is the brain off one, so test them all out, see what you like. Go to Trixion, spend time there. For gems, we have big level 10 on Perfect Swing. It's the most important one, and then having your cooldowns match for Perfect Swing and Endure Pain. Everything else is bonus. Obviously, you want better cooldowns, but do what you can afford within your budget. For cards, right now I have the Guardian set cards on, but I run LOS 30 usually. Eventually. Wait, no, you can't change it here. Ah, never mind. Anyways, next up we have the abilities. We have Heavy Crush, Power Strike, Power Shoulder, and Endure Pain. Heavy Crush will always generate 1 core and apply my synergy. You can see the 1 core I generated down here at the bottom. Power Strike and Power Shoulder also generate. They generate 2 each. So right now I have 3 cores. The purple skills consume these little orbs down here, these gravity cores, in order to do damage. So the more you have, the more damage you do. So obviously only send your abilities with maximum cores. As you go through your abilities, you're going to notice you're going to need to have a little bit of a priority to what you're using. The most important thing is have your synergy on as best you can when you send your Perfect Swing always with your Endure Pain. The reason you always send your Perfect Swing with your Endure Pain is that it gives you push immunity and a little bit of damage reduction. This helps you so you don't get knocked down and lose your biggest hitter. Perfect Swing, if used right, it's going to be 40, maybe even 50% of your damage. Always prioritize hitting the front. However, there's going to be some cases where you can send this from the back. And since Perfect Swing and Seismic both have a back attack modifier, you can send them from the back and do a pretty good amount of damage, except for you're not using your Master Brawler engraving. So obviously you want to prioritize the front, but if a boss has a pattern running where you can't get to the front and you think you're going to have like another window where you're going to not be able to send it, just push it into the back. Be an entropy guy. Now, for the reason I have these skills set up is I have Heavy Crush, obviously, is my Purify. You can run it at level 12. You can run it at level 7. But the way I put it as 12. Power Strike I have as a counter. I like this one because you can spacebar out of it. So I can send one hit, get the cores, spacebar out. It's very quick. Now you can run Dreadnought as a counter instead, and you can also drop Power Shoulder for Dreadnought. And that is a push immune counter, but you can't get out of it and it locks you. So that one's for personal preference in my guide, and what I like to do, I don't use it. Next skill I use is Power Shoulder. It has 2 different hit methods on it. If you tap it, you charge at the boss. If you tap and hold, you get an extra hit in. You almost always want to just tap it. You can use it for engagement. It's like an extra space bar. So if I need to cross the map, we can hit it again. Cover a lot of ground with it. It's great. Another thing you can use it for is if a boss is having an AoE pattern around its feet, you can use it to, we can spacebar out and come back in. That generates 2 cores, heavy crush into another ability. Then we send our perfect swing. Another tip with perfect swing is you can send it from the side. So I can go back behind him right here on the side of his paw, and I can send my perfect swing past him because it has a radius, and then it'll front attack. Another thing you can do is go sideways across the front of a boss to hit the front. One point to make is in the initial ruins, I showed overwhelm on both abilities. That's if I want to really push stagger, but depending on your stagger comp of your raid group, you can push in the Galewind purples on Earth Eater and Full Swing. Now just to show you an overall rotation, you can go in. We're going to Seismic into Taunt, Perfect Swing. We're going to charge, Power Shoulder, Heavy Crush into Full Swing. Right here, my Endure Pain's fading off. And here we go, the Earth Eater. Right now, my blue skills are coming up. So we're hitting my blue skills, getting cores into another Full Swing. And so this extra swiftness I put into the build really allows you to flex and have full mobility of your rotation and a like constant uptime feel instead of having a gap. Now, for some reason, the boss knocks you down. There's a couple things you can do. 1, panic, but you know, probably not good. 2, eat a bunch of damage, drink a potion, probably not good. But we do have this awakening, and the awakening use, I usually generally use it for push immunity and an extra ability when all my shit's on cooldown. Another thing you can do is we have this big U-shaped meter, and this U-shaped meter is generated by every time we consume cores on a purple skill. And what this does is it puts us into gravity training mode. So if I go into gravity training mode, I can hold right click as long as it's going. I'm completely push immune and I have a big shield. I also have this Z button. This Z is an extra counter. So for some reason, I'm in an encounter and my power strike's down. I can tap my Z and tap another Z to get a quick counter. Or let's say a boss has a big pattern going out right now and it is going to knock you down. You don't have Earth Eater or your Endure Pain up, and you don't want to get knocked down. Obviously, your Awakening's down, which you would eat damage while casting it. So what you can do is tap your Z, put a couple bonks in between all your different skills being up cooldown, or the pattern ends, go back out by pressing X. One thing you can do is come in with Full Swing at a slight angle, ending on the front hitbox. Another thing we can do, let's get some cores again. Let's come out with Earth Eater from the side. This is good if like a boss has like a laser on the front or some pattern that's in the front that's not letting you attack. So you can send that at a range. Or example is in Theamine, you can use it at the donut pattern. I can stand all the way out here and hit the front. And to wrap it up, I'm going to show you a quick little DPS check. We're going to do a 2-minute test on my 1621 Destroyer with a 22 weapon and my stat breakdown. There's going to be a slightly higher ceiling if you go full spec, but again, the swiftness gives us a little bit more comfort and mobility in our build. Outside of the weapon being 22 with 94 quality, and the bracelet right now is a crit spec circulate. We have a little bit of transcendence here, just the chest up to 2. And then I have a 40 set elixir with critical order right now. We have boss 5 on the shoulders, and we have crit damage 5 on the pants. And yeah, here we go. It's right here. A little auto attacks. My skills are down. And now we're cooking again. Cool. And there it is. We hit about 26 million. If I go full spec, I'm going to gain a little bit higher damage. But again, yeah, it's all about that comfort and smoothness of a destroyer. And that about wraps up the general hello world for destroyers on Rage Hammer. I can give more tips, tricks. If you have questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, feel free to comment or pop into my Twitch at twitch.tv/JohnPowell. I'll see y'all around. Take care.